We see an expert to check up on our health. We see an expert to check up on our car. Why don't we do the same with our finances? Jump online and book a free personal financial health check with Jeff Bowman from Wealth by Design. Knowledge is power. Follow the link on edgeradioaustralia.com. Design a future for you and your children. Wealth by Design.
Edge Radio Australia, it's my great pleasure, of course, every week to bring this man in. He brings himself, he drives, he's very capable and independent. It's Jeff Bowman from Wealth by Design, mate. Good to see you.
Likewise, Aaron. Lovely to see you as well.
Always a pleasure, mate. Always a pleasure. Today we're going to do something a little different. You obviously generally bring in a guest.
I do.
And we have a great chat and find out about other people's businesses. But I want to change things up a little bit. Okay. Now this week,
all good for change.
Always, absolutely. Yeah, it's like a holiday, I'm told. Although I can't remember what they feel like. We've got to get onto that.
They're a good thing.
But this is the thing. Over the last quite a time actually, you've been building income. I'll get it. Yeah, Insurance Claim Solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a company that's all about basically chasing those claims that don't always get through, right? Okay,
yep.
and many other things. I mean, look, you're far more eloquent to explain it than I, but you've stepped it up. You've gone national, okay?
We have.
Yeah, and this is a big thing.
We've got a big kick.
Yeah, I think this is worth a big talking to because, obviously you've been doing a great job here locally, but when we've gone, now you're going national, we're talking about the whole country. There's a lot of people who are you're going to change a lot of lives, mate. That's what
absolutely. That's the plan, Aaron.
So give me a bit of an idea. I mean, going national, what's going to change, and it's going to bring a lot of challenges, I can expect, but I think that the bonus is you're going to be able to affect a lot more people. Yeah.
It is, yeah. Thank you for that introduction. Yeah, so we've established the foundations for Insurance Claim Solutions over the last sort of 5 years. We've got a full-time claims manager in Sydney that does a fabulous job, a 30-year veteran at helping process complex claims.
Right.
But I think if you break down the claims area that we're involved in, it's it's in the life insurance product claims area.
Okay.
So the big one is total and permanent disability, which is a life insurance product that's often inside self-managed super funds.
Okay.
The super fund owns the insurance policy. It doesn't have to be. It could be owned outside super.
Right.
Then there's what we refer to as backdated income protection policies.
This is big, mate. I think this is something that most people miss out on.
They do. Yeah. There's so much money left on the table.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we've got about 1.2 million for young Rachel down in Margaret River.
Hang on, you just say it so quietly. I've got a $1.2 million.
No, it was
well, yeah, actually, I was going to ask you about Rachel later on because I think this is an interesting story. It really is. Mate.
It's a beauty, yeah. All of our work is referred to us by just our network.
Yeah.
We actually don't advertise for it, but we're going national and we're going to put a whole campaign together, which is part of, being involved with Edge, of course. A referral from a friend to a friend. They said, talk to this girl. And, she had a autoimmune disease. Okay. Stopped her working at age 44.
Very young.
Yeah. Married, 2 small children. And in short, there was no way she could work again.
Okay.
Because only one of about 100 people get this particular type of autoimmune disease under the full-time care of a top immunologist here in town at one of the hospitals. And a GESB TPD payout, a couple of hundred. Another insurance company payout, I forget who the company was, 400. And then there was a query on an income protection policy from her previous employer.
Okay.
Yeah. And I
said,
look,
query, that's a very open-ended thing here.
It is, yeah. I said, look, what happened here? She said, when I worked for this employer, which is one of the big firms in the terrace, she said, I was so sick and I just left and went home and convalesced, really. My husband had to take time off work and rah, rah, rah. I said, but you had a group company paid for salary continuance plan, which is like a corporate form of income protection insurance, often a benefit provided by employers for their staff.
Now, this is where I'm going to interrupt you, mate. You're talking about things that I just don't understand, right? And I think this is the great thing about your knowledge, and this is the great thing about what you do, because there are so many people out there right now, and who are probably looking at us thinking, "Is Jeff speaking Japanese?" Because all of these initials, all of these agencies, all these different ways that you need to collate the information.
Yep.
It doesn't get done unless you've got the right people, you've got the knowledge, and you've got the contacts.
Yeah, so true, Aaron. And this was a classic case. I said, what about this? Because I saw it on a statement, right? An employer statement. And this woman, 3 years after leaving the workplace, I said, what about this income protection? You left because you couldn't work due to this particular illness. The policy was in force at the time.
Yep.
And she said, oh, look, I went back 2 years later to inquire about it. And MLC said, oh, look, no cover. The policy is closed off and sorry, go away. And of course, that's not true.
Well, the injury or the sickness or the illness occurred while that policy was still alive.
Yeah, you see, so you can actually go back. So we've got a whole division that specialises in backdated income protection policies for corporates and every individual. So, and there might be just little ones like one of the first ones we did was about 4 or 5 years ago, which really got us onto this. It was a $2,000 a month benefit, right?
Okay.
24 grand a year.
Okay.
But we could go back like 5 years in this particular case. And there was a waiting period of 90 days, so you don't get paid for those first 3 days.
Yeah,
but we could actually prove that A, she was working, and B, she left work because of this particular condition, another female.
Sure.
And bingo, 100 grand plus indexing plus rebate of premiums.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. All the premiums that they've been paying when the claim, which is backdated, all those extra premiums they've been paying, we get that added on.
Okay. Right. That's
so you shouldn't have been, you should have claimed here 5 years ago, been paying all these premiums up until now. So now we're going to backdate the claim to here. So a lot of the ones in super are 5 year benefit periods or 2 year benefit periods. It depends on what deal the employer has done with the insurance companies. But that's just a really big area we've opened up. And in this particular case, this woman got like over 450 grand as backdated.
This is not
and
a
that was
small
just
amount
for
of
3
money.
years. That was only for 3 years.
Wow.
And then it was a 5 year benefit plan. So now she's getting this monthly check for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Because she's still.
And it takes so much pressure off. That's the big thing. Okay. It's, money is very important. We need it to live, but that's what it comes down to. But when you're trying to recoup or you're trying to suffer through an illness or you've got all these other pressures, what do you want another pressure for? The financial one. Yeah.
You don't need it. And so that's, so we now just we've now got the company to a point where we're ready to go national with it. We're teaming up with a whole bunch of, financial planners that are going to refer work to us.
Not a small thing, mate. To go national, I mean, it's
a big job.
Yeah, it really is.
A lot of planning involved.
Well, you've got a lot of experience in the game. Let's be honest.
You can have the experience, but you've got to have the systems in place to
and the right
to deal with it. Deal with the inquiries. Got a great marketing crowd involved, and so so that's just an exciting update, really, from what we're doing.
All right. Well, great with the update because it's great that we're seeing you going national here. But I want to talk actually about that the lawyer from.
Margaret River.
Margaret River, that's right. Yeah, Margaret River,
yeah. So it was just a life-changing event. And you could go to insuranceclaimsolutions.com.au and look at testimonials. And she's told a story there.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, and I've actually read that testimonial.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a love-in, mate. I'll tell you what, she's pleased about. But it says a lot when, especially, you deal with any business, but if you're dealing with something financial, it becomes well, look, the fact that she shows so much gratitude, it shows how much it changed her life. And the details she's gone into, it's a very genuine testimonial. And we live in a world right now where a lot of testimonials are pretty ordinary, okay? But when you see that they're heartfelt, you can see that they've got so much trouble. It's a big deal.
Yeah. And some of our clients even give permission for us to pass on suspicious people.
Right.
Permission to talk to them.
Okay.
Yeah, they go, look, this story of mine sounds too good to be true. If people don't believe it, just, we'll go through you, Jeff, but, or Rachel, our Chief Operations Officer, and we'll go, we're happy to talk to them.
Yeah.
It's just that we're genuine, because it's a very good point you bring. So many likes and so many like Google reviews and things like that are actually not genuine.
We live in a world now where you can buy likes, you can buy followers, and
Yes.
we see it a lot now. And reviews, there are literally services out there who will automate fake reviews for you.
My God, yeah.
Uh,
AI would help that, of course.
Yeah. So the tech's changing all the time and becoming better and stopping a lot of that. But you can't beat a real one.
No, you did right. And then, of course, the other thing that really sets us, we're not a law firm, of course.
Sure.
So what we love doing is, have we got a 44-year-old person that's coming through and never going to work again because of their accident or their illness, and we get, hundreds of thousands of dollars in some cases.
Sure.
Biggest payout's been about 1.6 million. Then the absolute key piece is not to play the lotto card.
Okay.
The client should not play the lotto card, not us. And what I mean by that is, oh my God, all of a sudden we've got 1.2 million. Let's do the old QE2 trip with the family.
Yeah.
Oh, let's drop 100 grand on that. We actually engage financial planners because we're no longer financial advisors.
Sure.
So we've got a team of financial advisors that we can refer work to.
Some
of those, especially if they had an empathy for dealing with disabled people.
Okay.
And then they manage the money all the way through, because just because you've got a broken back and in a wheelchair doesn't mean you're going to die early.
You want to go and live your life.
Yeah.
It's absolute full.
So that's the next step for a lot of these people in our service that we offer.
Okay, mate. I mean, yeah, look, that is a big deal, and I think the managing of people's money, or giving giving the skills to them, and also holding their hand, I guess, through that process, is a very, very big deal. Because you've mentioned the lotto thing, and a little bit out of context. I mean, a lot of people who win lotto are broke very, very, very soon.
Totally.
I saw this thing the other day. I'm sure there's so many examples. Watching this thing the other night on YouTube, and a guy, who won $40 odd million was broke. Get this, in 26 days.
What?
26 days.
40 million.
Yeah, 40 million. In the US. Now, I mean, that's just extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. I don't know how anybody does that, but where I'm going on this is that we're talking about people who are accomplished and a lot smarter than that. I mean, clearly that guy didn't make any good decisions, but talking to the right people and going, okay, you know what, we need to make this last. We need to make the most of it. And in fact, you can obviously be earning interest. You can also be making money on that money and looking after your lifestyle, which end of the day will give you a better lifestyle and something also to pass on to your children or your pets or whoever you want to pass it on to. You can pass it on. So it's an important thing, mate.
Very, very valuable service, and it's very satisfying because you physically do change people's lives.
Yeah.
They go, crikey, Dick, how good is this? Well, it's not good. You've got a broken back for the rest of your life, but at least there's a high component of financial stress that you won't have.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I think it's incredibly important. This particular client that you were talking about down in Margaret River, she was Rachel, was she?
Rachel.
Get a lot of Rachels, mate. That's it. Right? It's top name.
It's top name.
Name of my first ever girlfriend. But there you go. The fact that I can remember, that's a bit of a concern. But I think it was 5. But
that is a concern.
It is a concern.
But it was number 1.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Yeah, I'm going to probably have to send her some flowers one day. But I think let's talk about Rachel a little bit, because there was. I mean, I don't know her personal story, obviously, with all the details of it, but let's talk about the fact that, I mean, there was a lot of money left on the table, mate, that she did not know about.
Yeah.
That has made a massive difference in her life.
Yes.
So from your point of view, I mean, you've obviously got a referral and away you go.
Yeah.
I mean, what were the first things? Do you look at this forensically, or is there sort of a process there?
Well, either myself or our chief claims manager has the first discussion.
Okay.
And we will determine the backstory.
All right. Yep.
And then we've got very, very good at working out whether people are sincere or not.
Right.
Like they're just fabricating.
No, that's important. Very important.
And there's the odd, ambulance chaser type mentality out there. So it's rare. Most of them are genuine, which is great. And then we will then sit down and have a think tank session about that between largely myself and our claims team. All right, I've got a head claims manager and we've got others involved. And we'll go, righto, this is exactly what this person has told us.
Mhm.
What do you reckon? Because we don't charge for this upfront work.
Yeah.
And
sure.
and we'll go, yes, there's better than a 60-40 chance of this being a claim,
Okay.
subject to us getting all the information in.
Mhm.
And so then we collate all the data.
Yep.
Grab some medical reports, all the information from the insurance companies and the super funds. Then we have another detailed discussion with the prospective claimant,
Okay.
just to nut out, see if we can find any flaws in their story, line up times of not, when they had to stop work because of their condition,
Okay.
either mental or physical condition, which prevented them from working, which is the really key piece.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and then we also work out very quickly whether there'd be a specialist,
Okay.
medical specialist, and the GP who would jointly be prepared to sign their own independent medical declarations
Very important.
provided by the insurance company.
Okay.
Now, we make that very clear to the people up front when they're inquiring, because unless the specialist and the GP are going to jointly sign
Mhm.
a clear medical clearance to say, in our ability, based on all the information that's provided,
Yep.
I think we don't believe this person could ever work again. You can never say never, of course. But you can go to best of our ability, and then that's part of the information that we will collect, but really quite critical. That gets rid of a lot of the sort of can kick it down a road at
Yeah.
times.
Now, what you said though, okay, collating that information and the right information is the big deal for my mind, right?
It is.
I've seen so many people, and I've done this myself in my own life, not for these in this particular case, but as far as I've collated the wrong information because I've actually thought, okay, this is what is needed for this situation. Okay,
Yep.
this is the evidence that we need to require, and da 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 da. But if I don't actually know specifically what is required, I'm going to waste a lot of time,
You will.
a lot of energy, a lot of money
Yes.
chasing down rabbit holes that are the wrong way to
It's
go.
so true.
Mm.
And not only can they be sincere, in your case, mistakes that you could make.
Yep.
There's another whole dimension to this. You've heard the old saying, people can be too clever for their own good. Heard that one?
Yep.
Well, some people will go, oh, well, we've got to be very careful how we answer these questions. You go, hang on a minute.
Mm.
You're either telling the truth or you're not,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, black and white.
And especially with income protection, oh, well, we set this company up and then it's failed and we made a bit of money, but we made some losses. Oh, we'll leave all that out.
Okay.
You leave that out. It's non-disclosure to the insurance company.
Yep.
Lying by default.
That's right.
Right? Absolute no-no. You're giving the insurance company a justifiable right to go, you're dodgy. We're not going to process any more investigation into this claim.
Yep.
And so a lot of our work is actually keeping people on track.
Okay.
They'll go,
And I can imagine that. Yeah.
you can't not leave that out. Oh, why not? They don't need to know about that.
Well, sometimes so you get emotional about it, right? Like,
Yeah.
and by putting it in someone else's hands, someone who actually knows what they're doing, it takes that out.
Yes.
And when you do make emotional decisions, they're normally the wrong ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll go the claim form
Okay.
on if they're remote. Nearly everyone's remote. So they're not going to come up to our office in Subiaco if they live in Margaret River or in Port Hedland.
Sure.
It doesn't matter. It's all on Zoom or
Yep.
Teams meetings,
Okay.
or Google Meet. They're all perfectly good mediums to use, and our claims manager team will go through on a shared screen the actual claim form
Okay.
with the claimant.
Yeah. Lovely.
And look,
Lay
it's
it out
just-
in front of you. Right?
This is the question. Righto, Sally, what about this? Well, okay. This is what we're going to write in. Because this happened,
Okay.
What about this? And if they want to try and hide something, no, we always start from a position of truth,
Yeah.
because then you can always argue the truth. You can't argue a lie,
That's right. That's
right?
right.
Because you get caught out with lies.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
And I mean, the other side, so to speak. I mean, they're looking for these sorts
Yeah,
of things.
totally.
So if you are not transparent, you will not succeed.
How's this, mate? You've got a life insurance area here, 4 products.
Yep.
Death cover, TPD, income protection insurance, and trauma insurance, right?
Okay.
On the other side, you've got general insurance, which is workers' compensation, office, plant machinery,
Okay.
house and contents. Your house
Yeah.
burns down, that's general insurance. That industry's got a reasonably bad name.
Mm.
A lot of was it a storm or not? Was it a flood or not?
Yeah. Where did the water come from? Yeah.
Whereas on our side, 98% of life insurance product claims get paid out.
That's just huge.
Isn't that wild?
That is absolutely wild. And
Yeah.
in fact, you bring up a point there. I'm sorry, I'm going to change the subject here, right? But as far as what people see as products and what field they fall into,
Yeah.
I want to talk about super, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about super because, okay, for my mind, like I see all these ads on TV and I see all this super products here, product there, product there. Right?
Yeah.
Now, I know you think very differently about them.
Mhm.
And I think that, I think a lot of people who are in your position as far as, with the knowledge, understand that they're not really the way that they're sold.
No, that's very, very true. The problem with superannuation is that for my 30 odd years in the industry,
Yep.
Super by the government and by the institutions
Mm.
has always been sold as a product
Yeah,
and never explained as a tax structure.
that's right.
Yeah.
Because that's how I saw it. I saw it as a product, right?
Yeah,
For all of my
My
life.
product's better than yours. Our
Yeah.
fees are lower.
Yeah.
Our performance is higher.
I've got a better looking ad. Yeah,
I know.
I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to.
We've all seen this one, this
Oh,
bloody thing.
that's right.
The industry super fund deal.
Yeah.
And so we have a very serious discussion about what type of super you've got. If you've got an industry super fund, have you checked that the actual allocation of the investments is equal to your risk profile? Now, what that means is if you've said you're a balanced investor,
Yep.
like 50-50, half conservative, half growth, and then you do an investigation into the actual assets that the industry super funds have invested in, we always, now I'm going back 4 years,
Mhm.
things might have changed. So
Okay.
it's a little caveat here.
Okay.
But because I sold the business 4 years ago.
Sure. I mean, we're not talking financial advice here.
No.
It's a conversation.
We had nearly all of those industry super funds.
Mhm.
They actually on a client had ticked a balanced, and you did the analysis, and they were like 95% or 98% growth. So if the arse fell out of the stock market,
Yeah.
those industry super funds would lose half their value overnight.
So in real world terms, they're high risk.
Too
Yeah.
right. Many
Yeah.
of them are very, very high risk,
Yeah.
and that's okay if you've ticked high risk
Mhm.
as the member of the super fund. But if you've ticked medium risk and your assets are actually in high risk,
Yep.
then there's a real problem because of non-disclosure.
Of course.
And there's super funds also being plenty of super funds now are being attacked by cyber criminals, and money is being stolen out of them.
Okay.
And only recently, a very big one in New South Wales went broke about a month ago.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
So super's a really, really important area. I've often said it's one of the most brilliant legal tax dodges around.
I don't know if you want to use the term tax dodge. I know. Carefully placed, we'll call it that.
It is fantastic. You get a tax deduction,
Yep.
for putting your money into super up to 30 grand, including your employer contributions.
Yeah.
You're only taxed on your earnings at 15%. After 60 and retired in pension phase, you're actually got zero tax. You can still have up to $3 million each, your husband and your wife.
Yep.
So if you're into property and you own some of your properties, well, think about maybe not the family trust, maybe not you individually, maybe your self-managed super fund could be appropriate for you.
Yeah.
And once again, it's all about information and knowledge that we provide, because as soon as you get into that area, it's proper advice.
Mm.
So we've got our whole team of financial advisors that we refer that work to.
You were talking about the big super funds, right? And the fact of the matter is, when they're if you're ticking, that you're a conservative investor, okay, and then they're going and saying, "Hey, no, you know what? We're going to go wild here, and we're going to be very speculative." Now, that's not really putting your best interest at heart. It's certainly not listening to your advice or your wishes. And I find that with super that's self-managed, I find, and this is just my take on it, they seem to have the client's best interest in heart because, anybody who's working in that field, they're working with the client, they're asking the client, there's consultation there. I mean, what are your thoughts there?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a good financial planner is worth their weight in gold. They will always outstrip their fees in increased performance in your assets.
And that's what
They're
need to
brilliant.
do. Yeah.
A good financial planner is worth their weight in gold. And we work with a handful of them all over Australia.
Okay.
Here, Perth, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, where we go, right, you need to see this guy or this girl. Some of the girls are fantastic financial planners.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
And and often I will prefer the girls.
Right.
Because it's just a fit. So I'll fit the planner with the client.
I think that's got a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Your personality and your
Dead right.
your debt style, your investment style. Yeah, like match it to the right person. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's really, really important. And so, yeah, so self-managed super is the biggest single financial growth sector in the country.
Yeah.
It is extraordinary the number of people that are not happy with mainly industry super funds, and they're going a lot because sometimes there's a lot of property redemption freezes on the property component of their industry super funds.
Okay.
They want to roll out 360 grand and they only get 300. Okay. And they go, why? Well, the other 60 grand's got a redemption freeze because it's the property assets.
Oh, okay.
And it's mainly because of some investment that the super funds invested in that's gone bad.
Okay.
And the unit prices might have been $2 and now they're 2 cents and going, well, this company's almost broke. So instead of coming clean that the 60 grand's gone down to zero,
it's withheld.
It's withheld, and they go, sorry, redemption freeze. Hopefully this project will come good. And
the lovely use of language there, you know, it's a redemption freeze. Yeah, I like that. Okay,
yeah. Right. Okay, redemption freeze. Like I can't get my money.
Do you know when we talk about those, the particular ads you're talking about, the industry ones where, you know, the funny little signals on there, all of that, you know, on the ads. We all know the ones we're talking about. I look at the amounts and everyone goes, oh, man, that's impressive. Look how much money that is.
Yeah.
Okay. What I often think is, no, it's really not. Because if you take inflation, good old inflation into account and what your money is going to be worth, you look at that and go, oh, okay, that's an exciting amount of money. Mm-hmm. In 30 years, is it? Or is it enough to buy a Happy Meal? Like well,
there's a lot of misinformation, but there's a lot of, if you're missing a bit of information, here's a classic example of what you're talking about. So Sally says, oh my God, I should be on, this is what mine's gone to. And Jenny says, oh, this is what's mine gone to. Then a simple test there would be, are you comparing apples with apples?
Yeah.
Are you comparing a high growth fund that's had a great run in the stock market for the last 5 years?
Yep.
To a balanced fund that's tied up with bonds and fixed term investments and cash? Now, that's a low performing asset class. This is a high performing asset class. Well, this one's always going to be higher.
Of course.
So was the risk profile the same? That's never discussed on those ads. No. And it's very, very misleading.
It's funny how they can't fit that in a 30-second ad.
It's just not enough time to tell the truth.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, look, I am pro self-managed super. Okay, but I don't think it's for everybody. I mean, everybody's different, but I would say that most people I would tend to recommend it because it's your financial future. And I think that you want to be an active part of that and making the decisions on that. So, yeah.
It's a very, very good thing to understand your choices, right? That's what's good about understanding the various options with super. A high-quality retail fund may be all you need, and self-managed may not be an area you need to take responsibility on as a trustee.
Sure.
And you might go, no, I know I've got the same power as AMP as the trustee of my own super fund.
Yep.
I don't want the responsibility, and that's fine. At least you've made the effort to find out the reasons why you don't want a self-managed super fund, and that's perfectly cool. And so the main thing is transparency of information. And understanding your obligations, understanding the benefits, and then making an intelligent decision with all the facts in front of you. So as educators, that's our role in life. We'll go option A, B, C, and D, have a look at all these, go and do your research.
It's education.
And don't rely on people to go, oh, Johnny, you should do this. You should only do it after you've actually read the information, done your own research a bit, and got your knowledge up. Take responsibility. Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. And I think that, I mean, so many of us in life have a lot of people just cruise through life and they don't seek that extra information. I think that what we've seen over the last couple of years has really reinforced, you know what, seeking a little information, doing your research, finding out about your own future, taking control of your own life is really vitally important.
Very important. And working your way through the maze of complex and confusing information is a great spot for our company because we can sort of cut through the nonsense and give them key building blocks of knowledge that actually goes, right, God, Jeff, you know, I've been 3 financial planners and the first time I've ever understood how super works. So I get that a bit.
Yep, I'm glad you do. Mate, congratulations on going national. It's a really, really cool thing.
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
Very excited for you. I think I think you're absolutely primed for it. I think you've got the right people. I think you've got great structures in place. And certainly from the work I've seen that you've done in the past, the only way is up. I just think that as far as for other people, I think so many people are going to be able to achieve their goals now. And also for those who have had a bit of a rough time, this is a great way of them getting the money that they deserve and they're entitled to.
Yeah, and very much so. I mean, there's one thing on the industry super funds which is worth noting, which is one of the reasons why there's an enormous number of people having problems getting their claims paid out of industry super funds.
Okay. Yep.
This is a trick they get up to. They go, righto, we, the industry super fund, we'll offer our members the cheapest premiums for their life insurance and their TPD and their income protection. So what happens is the insurance companies get screwed on their premiums by the super funds.
Okay.
Nice and cheap.
Yep.
We know cheap's not always good.
Not always.
Because what the insurance companies do, they go, yeah, no worries. We'll give you cheap premiums, but we'll make it much harder for you to get a claim.
Yeah.
You can do a Google now on all the claims complaints from industry super funds, and there's thousands of them. And that is absolutely true and been proven.
I'm glad you brought that up, mate. Exactly right. Because, you know, people shouldn't have to fight for their own money.
No.
Yeah. And the fact that there are organisations out there who are putting the roadblocks up just because they're working it into their stats, they're working it into, I don't know, the risk profile, I guess. It's not a great way to go. So,
no, it's not.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for being part of the show. In fact, being the show, full stop.
Absolutely.
Wealth by Design. Get on to insurance
claims solutions.
Done.
All one word. So insurance claims, plural, solutions, all one word, .com.au, for anything to do with our insurance work. And for any help or guidance and education around super or access to any of our network of advisors, it's Wealth by Design, all one word, .com.au. Leave your details there and someone will call you back.
Too good. Thanks very much for being part of Wealth by Design here on Edge Radio Australia.
We see an expert to check up on our health. We see an expert to check up on our car. Why don't we do the same with our finances? Jump online and book a free personal financial health check with Jeff Bowman from Wealth by Design. Knowledge is power. Follow the link on edgeradioaustralia.com. Design a future for you and your children. Wealth by Design.